Alright, to finish up getting this little grandma button to work so that it is gray when you can't afford her and colored when you can, you want to come over to your JavaScript, and we're going to write a function that will do that for us. So to write a function, you type that you're going to declare a function instead of a variable, type the name of it. I will say grammar check. That'll be the name of it. And then what you type in here is what happens whenever you call this function, grammar check. The function will get called, we'll put that inside of the cookie refresh loop. So not only will it update the number of cookies that you have, but it will also check to see if your grandma is affordable or not. So this function just says if cookies is greater than or equal to 10, it should say that, I think since the last one I had to go back to the index and I gave the image itself an ID. So I'm not sure if I did that in the last video or between videos, but I gave the image itself an ID so I could grab it in code, and so I said ID grandma icon with a capital I. So I'm going to go to the scripts here, and since I'm going to use the grandma icon more than once, another time outside of this if, I'm going to say, if you have enough, do something to the grandma icon, else we're going to do something to the grandma icon. If you can afford it, she'll be colorful. If you can't afford it, she'll be gray. Because I'm going to use it here and here, I don't want to declare a variable and get the grandma icon here. I need to back out one level scope-wise so that it can be used inside of both places. If I defined it here, I couldn't use it outside of here, like here. So I'm going to define it here. I'm going to say var gi is equal to document.query selector. So there I've got my grandma icon. If I have enough cookies, gi dot style dot filter will equal none. Else gi dot style dot filter will equal grayscale, and I think we put this at 70%. So that should happen when you have enough cookies. So let's see if that works. Oh, I gotta click, don't I? Still gray, still gray. That did not work. Am I running grandma check? Cookies, cookies. I'm running the grandma check. I have an error. GI is null. Oh, I need a hashtag. My bad. That should work better. GI is null. Var GI seems to be better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And she lit up, so that means the graphics are working. Now we need to make it so that you can actually buy a grandma object, and that grandma object should do something. So for that, I'm going to define the grandma object. I'm going to come up top here and put her into code up here. I'm going to define the grandma class, And every class needs a constructor. That's a special method when you make a new one. This grammar class has this dot cost. I don't know if we need this, but I'm just going to put it in here. This 10. This dot delay. So how long should you wait in between getting a cookie from the grandma? I'm going to say 2 seconds, so that'll be 2,000 milliseconds. There we go. That'll make a grandma. We will make a I don't know. I guess we will say we'll make a method called activate, or or to the kitchen or something. This method will just say up here I'm going to save this. So this dot action will equal null, so it'll be nothing at first. But once you activate her, this dot action will equal set interval. And again, whoops, set interval needs 2 parts. The time in between, so this dot delay, so for us 2 seconds, and then a function that says what she does. And let me just make sure. Okay. What does she do? She gives you a cookie once every 2 seconds. So that should be pretty good. We should make another thing. So let's see. We now added into the cookie refresh loop that we should check to see if grandma should be available. If she's available, this is how you check to see if she's available graphically. And then this is a grandma object, which we will create one when we buy a grandma. So we need to put, we have an on-click function for the button. We now need an on-click function for the grandma. So maybe I'll come down here. I think we just called that whole thing grandma. Let me take a look. Yeah, so that update was called just grandma. So I'm going to come back here and say,
Hey.
yeah.